Yo dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighborhood Jaxblade here. In today's video we're going to be talking about Hunter x Hunter because I finally finished the series last week right after I did my Tough Like the Tunes for it, and a bunch of you guys said in the comments, hey yo Jax, what do you think of Hunter x Hunter? So I'll let you guys know. I was going to originally upload this yesterday, but a bunch of personal, business stuff comes up, like I had to make my Super Saiyan tier pledge patron rewards and stuff like that and send them out, and then I had to do personal training stuff. But I figured now is better than ever to talk about Hunter x Hunter. Just let's weeb out. Okay, let me just say this. The animation. Madhouse. Y'all deserve that. Y'all deserve that. 148 episodes of quality. That is just beautiful to me. First off, I already knew Madhouse was going to do great because Hajime no Ippo is one of my favorite animes of all time. They did that. And so, I wasn't even worried when they did my, tied favorite anime of all time, One Punch Man, when they were announced to do that, because I was like, the manga deserves a great studio to do that. And when they were I was like, One Punch Man is going to be amazing, it's going to become this big thing, but I'm not going to get into that story again. But yeah, the animation for this, I was just blown away. I was just like, how is it that every episode looks on point? Even episodes where they're just talking to each other, having these good quality talks, I'm just like, this is beautiful. This is, you guys go over the show. You know what didn't help this? Because I finished this last week. And so, after I finished this last week, I'm not going to do it, guys. Don't worry. This is a whole nother video for another day. But, I went and watched Dragon Ball Super. And it was during the, multiverse tournament arc. And so, they're having their fight scenes and stuff like that. And I'm just like, really? And it really sucks. Because, the thing is, I mentioned this before, but you feel like you've been spoiled by quality stuff. So when, okay, we've had all these great shows, right? We have Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, freaking... I say we have all these quality shows, but I spat out. Attack on Titan looks amazing. My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, Hunter x Hunter, just so many great shows. And then you see, okay, Dragon Ball, you're one of the most iconic shows of all time. When you come back, you were the OG, you were the dad, showing us how it was done. So, come on, let's see what you got. And then you're pulling stuff that's just really? It's just that's one of those things. I'm just it could be so much better. And this is 140 episodes of quality and beauty. And I'm just come on. You couldn't spare any of that budget for Dragon Ball Super, only a handful of episodes, but I'm not gonna get into that. That's a whole nother video topic for another day. But the animation, I was blown away. That is just incredible. They did a phenomenal job. Great on you, Madhouse. If you're an animation fan, check out Hunter x Hunter for one of that main aspects, because you will deadly just freaking enjoy the animation because it is so beautiful. The character designs are amazing. All of it is just incredible. Alright, next I'll talk about the arcs and stuff like that. So the first one, the Hunter exam arc, I thought it was decent and kept my interest. And so I thought it was funny how they were all just going through these challenges to get a Hunter exam, but then people were dying. I was just oh, okay, well this is one of those kind of tests then. They always say that in shows, but it rarely ever happened. Well, actually happened in Naruto during the cheating exam, so I can't even lie about that. But Hunter exam I thought it was decent. It was alright. Not bad. I thought it was just a fun little, intro. Though I did think it was funny when they had to fight serial killers and Killua or is it Killua or Killua? Because I watched it in Japanese, so they were always like, Killua. So I can't speak fluently, so yeah, I'll just say Killua. So anyways, Killua. Yeah, I'm just going to say that, guys. Whatever. So I need to watch the dub, don't I? But anyways, Killua freaking ripped this dude's heart out, and he's just holding it in his hand. It's a serial killer too, and so y'all know me. I love any of those shows where they don't do that bullshit where it's well, if I kill you, I'm no better than you. You shut the fuck up. Just if you kill all these innocent people, just freaking die, whatever. So I love seeing that when Killua just ripped this serial killer's heart out, and then Gon's just kind of smiling. And so I knew something was up with the kid, because I was even Goku would be or something like that if he was a little kid, or Naruto would be why, or something. But so I already knew Gon was different in that regard. But Hunter exam, it was it was decent. I wouldn't say it was like something I'd go, oh wow, that was amazing, but it was a decent arc. It was cool to be introduced to the characters, see like their quirks and stuff like that. Not in My Hero Academia way, but to see how they react and stuff like that. Then after that, I believe it was the Zodiac family arc where they had to go push the door open. And that was fun. It was only like a few episodes. And then the Heaven's Arena arc. Was it the Heaven's Arena arc after that? I think so. The Heaven's Arena arc was after that. Now, I'm trying to remember the arcs fully. Like, I remember certain aspects because, remember, I started watching Hunter x Hunter in, like, 2015. But I stopped when I went through that personal crap, like I mentioned before, my meditation video, if you want to know. And, that's when I didn't feel like rewatching it. But I was also in the middle of Greed Island, so I'm trying to remember. Okay, like, after the Heaven's arc, because they had that incredible fight between Gon and Hisoka. And then, there was the Phantom Troop arc. Yeah, that was what it was. The Phantom Troop arc. That was like those guys were freaking badass villains. Okay, they were just awesome, kicking ass. I thought that was crazy. Like, it was one of those things where I genuinely hated the villains because I was like, you guys are such scumbags. But then you saw like they had this brotherhood family thing dynamic. They actually cared when one of them like died. So I was like, that's actually pretty interesting because, you know, in so many other shows, it's just like, oh, you're dead. Get the hell out of my way. Oh, screw you, whatever. Like, they actually have a bond and family matter. So I thought that was really good. After that, it was, and Kurapika trying to fight Uojin. Like, I forgot how badass, like, freaking Uojin bit this dude's head off and then was, smacking all these guys around. I thought that was an incredible fight. And then Kurapika getting revenge on him, like, because they killed his clan. So he's trying to pull a Sasuke. And then, so, like, you know what? I'm going to ask, I don't know how his eyes worked. His eyes, like, I don't know if they were, like, freaking Black Star's eyes from Soul Eater, or they were like Sasuke's eyes to let you predict something, or was it just like your emotions got the better of you, so your eyes turned red? Like, that's what I thought was. I'm not sure about that. I'm really, really not sure. But Then after that was which arc was after that? After that was the Greed Island arc, I believe. And after the Greed Island arc was. Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. I fucking hate the Greed Island arc. I really did not like that arc. People keep saying, oh, the dodgeball scene. Oh, Gon learned the rock move. And all. I don't care. That villain was lame to me. That the only part I generally liked was the training scenes, because training scenes motivate me. They inspire me to go, yeah, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go be the best I can be. And then Bisky, as I'll mention later on, she's my favorite character in Hunter x Hunter. I love her character. But yeah, that whole thing, that was arc. I was just like, all right, this is taking too long. And then we got to the Chimera Ant Arc. And, all right, you know, the way I'm going to talk about this is, there was a lot of good in the Chimera Ant Arc, but there was a lot of, like, part where I was like, okay, I'll talk about that later on in this video. But, yeah, the Chimera Ant Arc was just a roller coaster of, wow. Okay, that was just... So, like, that's all it was. It was just like a roller coaster of emotions for me. And after that was the, you know, final arc, the chairman arc, and that was just fun little arc. I liked seeing Killua's little sister. And I know I'm just gonna be respectful, since Killua says that's his sister. I'm just gonna call her his sister as well, you know, because I don't want to get into like a whole political debate in the comments or something like that, but that's what I'll personally say. And yeah, I thought all the arcs were pretty decent so far, except Greed Island. Greed Island was the only one I was just like, I do not care about this video game BS right now. I really do not. So let's move on. Let's move on from here. Alright. After that, let's talk about the characters. Let's start off with, you know, Gon. Alright, Gon was... you know what? At first, I thought he was just gonna be, you know, another Kid Goku and Naruto ripoff, the way he was like acting. But then I started noticing. I also watched this great video post watching Hunter x Hunter, where it was talking about the morality of Gon Freeze's, and it explains this character so well. So I highly suggest, if you get to watch I'll try putting the link in the description below so people can find it. But it just talked about how his character was different from them. Like, there are certain aspects you see, like, for instance, you know, Gon, I think I mentioned this earlier, where he was freaking, he saw Killua freaking rip this dude's heart out and was just like, that's cool, he killed him. And then, like, he freaking he saw all these innocent people die or get eaten around him, and Kid Goku or Naruto would at least try to help him or be like, "Oh wow, that sucks, dude," or something like that. But he was just completely indifferent. So that was something I found really interesting about his character. And the fact that he changed, like he was like, "Oh, if you're not beneficial to me, I'm kind of indifferent to you." And then I'll leave that video, the morality of Gone Freaks, because it goes way more in depth than I ever could and never would, like with his character. But yeah, I thought his character was pretty good. Then Killua, I love that dude. He's a little badass. All right, because I thought he was gonna be a cocky little shit. Like, okay, let me say this. I am so happy this show did not pull the whole, Killwa's going to be Gon's, evil rival now or some shit like that, where he starts off like a dick. It was like, or some crap, or, how in shows, it's like, "Oh, who are you? Well, I don't care. You can't be better than me. I'm the better 12-year-old," or some crap like that. No, it's just two kids who are friends with each other having fun. And I like that. I like that aspect. Because, okay, Goku Vegeta, I understand. Vegeta hated Goku for the longest time and wanted to surpass him. Naruto and Sasuke, I understand. Sasuke was getting all the girls. Naruto wanted his attention. And Naruto felt like if they were, on the same part, they could beat each other in a fight. They'd be friends. What was it? Is that? I'm not going to go too in depth with that. But, their rivalry understood. And then some of these other rivalries, Bakugo and Deku and, Todoroki and Deku, even though if you read the manga, they're not really. I'm not going to spoil that for you, but it's fun. I'm just happy they did that. I'm so happy they did not pull the, "Oh, I'm an asshole rival for you, like, if you don't like it." They were just two genuine friends, and they never had a moment where it's just like, "I would kick your ass right now." It was like jokingly, like, it's like, "I'm way stronger than you, so you need to get from here to here," and he's like, "Aw," but they never like were dickheads about it. They weren't like pulling, "Oh yeah, if you try anything, I will lay you out so fast." That's what I generally like about it. They were two genuine friends who genuinely cared about each other. And when my man activated assassination mode, that shit was so raw. Like, I love, because me, I love people like the Punisher, Rorschach, all the anti-heroes. I love people who just waste no time. They'll freaking kill you without a second thought if you've done bad or something like that. Even though he was an assassin, probably killed innocent people. I just like the fact that he would just end someone if he could. If he could, he was just like, "I'm gonna just slaughter you." That to me was badass. I love Killua in that sense. He was freaking raw. My dude, loved him. And then there's Bisky. Bisky is my favorite character just because, it's the fact that she's technically a trainer as well. Like, originally she started off to be a troll, but then she was like, "I'm going to take these boys and they're like stones that need to be polished into strong gems." And I like that. I love that mentality of taking someone and making them feel stronger than they are. And so when she decided to train them, I just loved her character there. And then she was hilarious too. Like, she was gawking at freaking Hisoka's, manhood and just goofing up. I thought that was hilarious. What was it with her? She was, this is a spoiler video, whatever. She has this freaking great scene where she can whoop this guy's ass easily in the game. Like, she's luring him off somewhere, and then she's like, "I don't like using this form because it's not feminine enough." And then she just freaking hulks out and she goes and wrecks his ass. And I thought that was the part where I was just like, I love this girl. She's awesome. Because she's not only a trainer, she's swole. She's just a badass, kick-ass teacher, and she became my favorite after that. And her personality cracked me up. So Bisky, you always got my love. Number 1, Bae. And now to get to my second favorite character of the show, well, probably third, that most of you wouldn't guess, but it's honestly Pito. What's funny is a few days ago, 2 weeks ago, I posted a video saying "Screw you, bitch, fuck you. You wouldn't be saying that shit if One Punch Man Goku were around," stuff like that. But I loved her character. Okay, because you know what? First off, I want to say this. I know people are going to say, "Well, actually, in the manga, she's a guy." Well, in the anime, she has boobs. In the subtitles I was watching, they referred to Pito as a her, and they were going. So I'm just going to say her. There are so many ambiguous characters. Even Killua's other brother was that way as well. I thought that was a girl who they joined the Phantom Troop, but no, apparently it was a guy. And yeah. So, anyways, why I love Pito. Pito. I love villains who are insane but can back up their strength and feats, like can kick your ass, like you wouldn't know who's gonna win. So like for instance, some of my favorite villains of all time are Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z, Nui Harime from Kill la Kill, Carnage from Marvel Comics, and like stuff like that, because they're insane forces of nature, but they would wreck you in a fight. Like if they fight the hero, you don't know who's gonna win. Like okay, for example, I love the Joker, but realistically, I feel like any meta-human in the state, like none of them have to be part of Justice League. They could just chuck his ass into space and it'd be done. He's over. It's gone. But like with Pito, it's just like, oh no, I couldn't have freaking crazy. She had this scene where she just lost herself with getting crazy, and she gets excited when she's gonna fight someone strong. And that to me, I hated her at first, and then at the ending, I actually felt really sympathetic towards her, and I was just like, you know what? You weren't that bad after all, cat bitch. I like you. I like you a lot. Like, I loved her character. I loved Pito as a character, and I wanted to see more of her because she was just freaking... She's kick-ass. She's insane. She's honestly in my top 10 villains of all time. I'll probably be doing that in another... Yeah, I'll do 2018, month of Halloween. I'll do top 10 villains in that month. But, yeah. Pito... I love her character. She was insane. She was a force of nature. The way she did all that fucked the shit, but she actually backed it up. And then, her little thing at the end where she even was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry I killed him, like, but I had to do it," And she actually showed like genuine regret. It wasn't like, "Yeah, I'm sorry I killed him," whatever. It's just like, "Look, I'm sorry. You followed the rules, but that's what happened." And then, I guess we should go on to Cell now. Cell, yeah. Well, not Cell. Miruum. Or Mariam. I suck at pronouncing these names because they were in Japanese too. Meruem. Let's say Meruem. Okay, the Cell guy. Actually, I'll give him. He had a lot better character development. Cell. Like at first, when I saw him do what he did to that little kid, like when he freaking murdered a child, that pissed me off to no end. And then it's funny how he did so much like fucked up stuff, but then I gradually grew to like him, like especially when he meets Komugi. Komugi's the blind girl, and they have this conversation. They become friends with each other. I loved their relationship, and they were just like this cute couple. And then there's a scene that brought a man tear right out of me after that scene, where she's in her room because they've been playing. I forget. There's some Japanese game. I forget it right now. But they were playing this game. She goes back to her room, and Miriam's thinking, like, this girl's affecting the way I think. I need to kill her. There's no need, I'm just gonna go kill her. And he's, like, walking there, like, to literally go kill Komugi. And then he sees Komugi's being attacked by this hawk. Like, this hawk came into her room. She's blind. She can't really do anything. She's just lying there, and she's being quiet. And so he goes and kills it, and he's just like, why didn't you call for help? What the hell's wrong with you? And she's just like, I just didn't want to be a problem. That got me. That got me so bad, because that thing when someone's just, they don't want to do anything. That's one thing I will say. Someone who always is trying their best, like, just not to bother people. They're just trying to be on their own and just like, I don't want to bother anyone. I'm sorry. And that to me, oh my, God. Oh, damn, Ninja's cutting onions again, man. Like, that scene, like, when he saved her, that got to me so much. And then their little ending together, like, seeing his characterization of, like, I want to mention this. His fight scene with Netero, which was godly. Oh my God, that scene was amazing. If you've ever seen a fight scene, you need to go watch that fight scene, because it was incredible. But and during his fight scene with Netero, he's, like, trying to say, hey, you know what, let's talk this out. You can't beat me in a fight, but, Netero has to, kill him. And he's not taking it. He's just tanking all this stuff, like, going back and forth. And I love that aspect of his character, because originally he could have just, slit Mariam. I mean, if him and Netero, if he was, like, going full force, like, off the get-go, I feel like Netero would have been fucked right off the back. But they have this huge epic fight, which is amazing, and there's so much that just happens, and I'm just like, oh my God, that is incredible. And then Netero pulls this thing where he freaking has this bomb in his body and pulls a Spawn and blows himself up. Well, it's the same concept of a Spawn movie where the villain had a bomb in him, whatever. But he does that, and Miriam gets poisoned, and anyone who's in contact with him becomes poisoned. But he wants to spend time with Komugi, and Oh, like they have this whole scene in the dark and they're playing their game and she's done. That pissed me off. Okay, well, it didn't piss me off. It just generally, Tagashi, that made me touch. That like gave me such happiness and joy to see that this monster like, found love and life. And I just felt so bad that Komugi had to die as well. Like, it pissed me off that Komugi had to die as well, but she was just like, I got nowhere else to go. And oh my god, that hurt. That hurt me so bad. Okay, I've been talking like praising the show for characters and talks like and the fight scenes. Let me just talk about the fight scenes real quickly. Like, you already know, the fight scenes in the show are amazing. First off, what I love about Hunter x Hunter is the fact that it's not power level based. You can be way stronger than someone, but if someone knows how to use their nen better than you, then they can whoop your ass, and I love that. It's not like, you know, how if Raditz was to fight Master Roshi in the first tournament, he would just completely outclass him because the power level difference. But if in this show, like, Kurapika fights Uvajin, the part of the Phantom Troop, and Uvajin outclasses him in strength, speed, stamina, all this stuff, but the way his nen works, and, you know, I would do a video on nen, but I don't think I'm qualified because there's a lot of parts where it's so in depth that he explains how it works that I'm just kind of like, sometimes I'm like gone. I'm like, this is going over my head. But yeah, he freaking was able. You're able to fight people who are way stronger than you if you know how to use your nen better. And I thought that was incredible. And they have so many various fight scenes. Like, for instance, when the Phantom Troop fought the Chimera Ants, I was just like, I hate these motherfuckers. But I hate these motherfuckers too. Especially this motherfucker who ate this girl with a green hat pawn. Like, this guy was such a dick. I was like aiming for him to go. Like, my bloodlust came out. Like, that's what happens when I see a villain who is really, really just horrible and scummy. My bloodlust comes out for them to die, and I'm just like, ugh, like, you need to get it, and he got it bad, so fuck that guy. Ugh. And then there were scenes where freaking Gon and Killua went Super Saiyan, or whatever they want to call it, like their Nen Super Saiyan thing. Like, Killua technically Super Saiyan 2 with his lightning, and it was badass. It was badass. It was short-lived, but it was badass. And Gon, when he did his thing, like when he actually killed Pito, it was at that point where I was just like, I wish you would have been the cat bitch still, so I could have enjoyed that. But the fact that he was just kind of like transformed, it was just like, let's go. Alright, I'm gonna go kill you now. Like, it didn't feel as satisfactory as I would have liked it to have been. Now I know the whole thing seems like I'm loving this show, I'm hyping it up, it's a great show and stuff like that, but there are some parts where I got honest criticisms of it for. Like, there are some parts where I was just like, bruh, you need to freaking stop. For example, the Chimera Ant Arc. First off, I already mentioned I have a distaste for the Greed Island arc, but that was just because the video game stuff was boring to me. But the Chimera Ant arc, it dragged on. I thought that Goku Frieza 5-minute fight was long. Son, this dragged on more than Dragon Tales. God damn, it's ridiculous. There was this whole thing where, like, for instance, all the how can I put this in a way? Okay, there were certain scenes that did not need to be as long as they were. Like, there were scenes where the Chimera Ants are fighting this guy, are fighting like the main squad of people, and then they're dragging this whole thing out. And I'm just like, this could have been over like this if this had happened here. Or there's this one scene where Miriam, like I mentioned earlier, got blown the fuck up, and so Poof and Yomi, these are two of his royal guards, his royal hound. First off, I want to say this too. No, I'll get to that in a second. He freaking, okay, so Miriam, they're feeding him their essence so he's able to come back to life, and this shit takes like 10 minutes. I'm just like, bruh, hurry the hell up. Like, damn, this whole arc is dragging so badly. And Poof, I hated Poof. I know people say, well, Poof is, you know, the classy one of the great. I know, I hated his character. Every time that butterfly bitch was on screen, I was like, get the fuck off screen. I do not want to see you. Fuck off. I hated Poof. I hated Poof so much. Like, I guess that makes a good villain, that you dislike them so much, but he was just annoying. He was just so freaking annoying. Also, here's something I'm going to be cold-blooded on, I guess. Yeah, technically. So, I know in the 90s series and in the manga series, they introduced Kite earlier on. But then in this show, Kite's introduced like around like the Chimera Ant Arc start. And so when Gon finds out, oh, Kite, fought Pito, got his ass, pretty much he got killed. He gets this like darkness in him, and he gets like so pissed off and angry, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill Pito, I'm gonna rip her to pieces, I'm gonna have like this super powered like beat down of her when I see her. And to me personally, I feel it would have worked better. Now, I never saw the 90s show before. This was told to me afterwards. I feel like that would have worked better if it was someone like Leorio or, hell, even Bisky who got killed, and then he was like spazzing out like that. Because to me, when I'm saying this as a new viewer, seeing that he met Kite once when he was a kid, then he ran off, and then he met Kite again who knew his dad, but they only spent like, I want to say, a few days together, and then he gets killed, and then he has like this whole rage inside him. That didn't work as well to me as it would have if it was someone else, where I'm like, okay, yeah, I get why you're upset. Like if someone killed Leorio or Killua or Bisky, I would understand why you're completely enraged. But that was one part I was just meh. Also, there was this goddamn narrator. There was this narrator, and everyone, so many of my friends have tried to explain to me, well, Jackson, the manga, this is how it happened. I don't care. Like, the scene's already tense, and they're saying like,
battle seemed to be going their way until this shit happened.
It's already tense. Shut up. I know people will say, oh, I love the quirk of the narrator, or why the narrator added so much to it. But to me, I'm one of the people who's just like, no, that shit was annoying to me. I know people will try and like say the things. Okay, you have your opinion, I have mine, and okay, people will say, whatever. That shit was like tedious after a while. I was just like, dude, please, I just want to watch this, and like, if you can have. I'm sorry, that was just bugging me. I was trying to enjoy the scene, but this guy kept talking over and over and over, and it was just a quirk that so many people were telling me, oh no, it's good. I'm sorry, no, not for me. Whatever. That was one of my issues. Okay, if you disagree, or like, good on you, man. We'll agree, disagree. But nah, I could not deal with that narrator shit. But all in all, what did I think of Hunter x Hunter? It was pretty damn good show. Pretty damn good show. Highly suggested if you get the chance to. Beautifully animated. The story is amazing. Way different than your typical shonen story. I don't even think it turned to show. It like was shonen and then devolved into other stuff. So yeah, it was great. Also, it cracked me up that like freaking Gon has been on dates with older women, and so it's just like, so was Gon like getting some cougar ass? Because like I know Palm, like sure his Palm, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Breasts. But anyways, yeah, I thought the show was pretty damn good. And Killua, likable character. Hisoka, I know I barely mentioned the clown, but I loved Hisoka as a character because he was just a lovable like. He was like an anti-villain. Yeah, anti-villain, because he was just focusing on his own deeds, but like he would help out if it, benefited him. So Hisoka's character, also the dude is ripped as hell. Might do a tough like tunes for him later on or something like that. But yeah, loved it. Loved the show. Great show. Highly suggested if you haven't checked it out already. And yeah, it's definitely worth it. And you can check it all out on Crunchyroll or something like that. I know I'm not being sponsored yet to say that, but yeah, it's great show. Well, dudes and dudettes, I hope you enjoyed today's little rant video. All I did was pretty much talk. It wasn't anything like scripted or anything. I just did what I remembered and talked about. But yeah, I just thought it was a pretty great show and wanted to do my thoughts on it. But anyways, I'll see you next time. And remember, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on. Don't forget, momentai. Have a great one and let the hunt begin.